Hi guys, Dean James here. Welcome to MyFitnessPal and a guide to using that. So basically what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take you through MyFitnessPal, how to use it. I'll show you screenshots, screen grabs, a bit of a recording, everything like that, and we'll get underway in a second. So basically a little bit about me before we start. I've been in the fitness industry for, I would probably say, about 8 years, or in and around the fitness industry I should say. I've been a personal trainer just for a couple of years, but before that I was in the construction industry. I was an electrician for 4.5 years. Didn't really gel with me so much. I didn't mind it at first, but it was a little bit monotonous. I wasn't really feeling fulfilled. I think my passion in life is to help other people achieve health, wellness, and really sort of get them feeling the way that they really should be feeling. I've dedicated so much time to really learning my craft, learning my own body, learning how to manipulate certain things, training, diet, supplementation, things like that, to I guess best do what I want my body to do, what I want to achieve out of that. So basically, I've been training since I was about 17 or 18. I remember training with my friend, taking the bus after school, going down to my local gym, pumping out, probably all I did was chest and biceps. I can't really remember. But ever since then, I was pretty well hooked. 17 to now I'm 26, so that's 9 years. I would say 8 years of that have been pretty substantial training. And learning basically my craft, the craft of gym, health, wellness, all that sort of stuff. So I remember during my whole apprenticeship, I'd wake up early, go to work, and all I'd be thinking about is just getting in my food, getting in my meals, and then I would get in the car, go home, or go straight to the gym. Go straight to the gym, do my workouts, go home, meal prep for the next day, and then basically all I do is get on the computer and just research stuff. Like just look it up, new programs, new training modalities. How do I eat? How do I train? What's the best way to lose fat? All that sort of stuff. So it was just never ending for me. It's still never ending, let's be honest. I don't think anybody can ever claim to know everything. Anybody that does say that they do, then obviously they're lying, and I would not trust them. So anyway, I'm just going to basically get started. Let's go to the first slide. So MyFitnessPal, whether you've heard or you haven't heard of it, this is basically to get you familiarised with the app. So basically, first get out your phone, download and install MyFitnessPal onto it. Hopefully you're watching this on a laptop or a computer and not on your phone. Eitherwise, take notes and do it later. You'll be able to find the link and all that sort of stuff. I'll post all that sort of stuff. You should be able to find that on either my Facebook page or the private Facebook page that I have for all my clients. So basically, you follow the link, do your basic metabolic rate, basal metabolic rate, so basically you've got here all that. You can read it. Then multiply your BMR by the following. So whatever that is, you're lightly active. Say for instance, we'll go through lightly active, 1 to 3 sessions of exercise a week. So we'll go to lightly active. Multiply your BMR, which you've calculated through this link. Multiply that by 1.375. And that should give you a rough estimate of calories that you need to be consuming per day. And then we can figure it out from there. So basically, if you're a client of mine, let me know what calories you get, and I'll calculate your macros to start off with. So basically, I guess you're probably asking, what on earth is a macro? If you have no idea, then this slide is for you. Macronutrients, as their name suggests, are nutrients required in large amounts by the body, as they are responsible for providing calories, energy. There are 3 macronutrients: proteins, fats, and carbs, carbohydrates, which are required for growth, metabolic function, and other important bodily processes. Some foods are more macronutrient and hence more calorie dense than others, And while some foods are dominant in one macronutrient, most foods typically contain at least 2 macronutrients. So, for instance, something that's more calorically dense would be like a peanut butter or something like that. It's got a lot of fat in it, but it does have some carbs and it does have some protein. So you know, a small teaspoon of peanut butter is a lot more than, say, I don't know, or maybe not a lot more, but similar into, let's use a banana for example. A banana, a random banana, around about 100 grams, you're getting about 100 calories. So basically, the breakdown of the calories, in proteins there are 4 calories per gram, in fats there are 9 calories, and in carbs there are 4. This means if you look at a food label and it lists 10 grams of carbs, 0 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fat, that food will contain 40 calories. 4 by 10. Easy. Alright, next slide. The macro breakdown. Carbs, 30-40% of calories typically. Protein, calories 30 to 35, fats 20 to 30. This all is quite dependent on you, what your goals are, how much you weigh, and all that sort of stuff as well. So basically, you've got your calories and your calorie deficit, and then you also want to be hitting some sort of a fibre count as well per day. So, like I said, these values are reference only, and your maintenance figure is whatever that may be on your basal metabolic rate. That should be counted out for you. So basically, the priority in which you want to eat and which you want to hit each day is your protein, number one. Your protein helps you build muscle, store muscle, all that sort of stuff. And then your fats are very good for your hormones and things like that. And then your carbs are more like a side effect, like a bit more just of an energy source, basically. And there can be a lot of fibre in some of the carbs, like, green leafy vegetables and things like that. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to go into the MyFitnessPal menu, type left, change kilojoules, calories, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to take you through a video of that in a second. So we'll skip through the next slide. So basically, before we go into the video, we'll get into this. So basically, by tracking your calories, this is your IIFYM, if it fits your macros, or flexible dieting. This is the method that most people use these days in common dieting protocols. So it allows you to be a little bit more flexible. So I'll just read through it. So flexible dieting is a contemporary label given to a method of dieting that involves meeting daily macronutrient, fibre, and calorie targets, calculated specifically for your goals by selecting from a range of foods. Food choices are selected based upon their caloric and macronutrient values, rather than their categorization as a whole food or a processed food. For example, chicken breast doesn't have to be consumed in excess and can just be incorporated as a protein source. Ice cream doesn't have to be only reserved for cheat days. It can simply fit into a daily target tracked as carb fat source. Incorporating a broad range of foods within your daily caloric and macronutrient allowance can still enable progression toward your health fitness goals. But, isn't that unhealthy? Eating ice cream every day? I would argue no. Basically, a flexible dieting allows for a shift in thinking whereby foods aren't recognized as good or bad. Like, that's one of the big things that isn't eating too much food bad for you, or whatever it might be. Isn't peanut butter bad? So basically, instead of how the body deals with macronutrients and calories from any food source is thought to be similar. Quite simply, the body recognizes different foods and the food's macronutrient and caloric value, including proteins, fats, or carbohydrates. If you're consuming less energy than you're expending, creating a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. If you're consuming more energy than you are expending, eating, or in a calorie surplus, you'll gain weight. It's not so simplistic as that, but for the majority of people, that is the goal. That is what's going to get results, basically. So you just have to figure out what that is and just stick just a little bit underneath that so you see a consistent weight drop. So basically, I'm not a fan of like arbitrary food labels, like I said before, of junk food, clean food, things like that. So basically, flexible dieting focuses simply on eating to fulfill designated macronutrient targets or hitting macros each day. Principles surrounding calories in versus calories out is paramount to the success of flexible dieting, and therefore the nutritional content of food becomes the golden information that adherents access when selecting food options to incorporate into a flexible dieting plan. Like I said before, we'll go through a video on that in a second. Now, don't get it twisted. Of course, making better food choices will always win out over chocolate and ice cream. But if you feel the need to have some chocolate, do so sparingly and calculate into your daily caloric intake. As a side note, some people have a hard time only having a square of chocolate. You may have heard the term trigger food. You may be better off staying away from that food. Alternatively, this is a great way to practice your self-control. If you do go a little overboard, log it in your diary, move on, get better at next time. Even if you're over, whatever, just log it in. Make sure that you log in everything you do. That's probably the most important thing. For my clients, I get them to log their food, whatever it is, for a week. Just log it. Just log everything you do, everything you consistently eat every day. See how many calories that comes out to. If you're putting weight on, then you know that's too many calories, right? So then we'll drop it. Drop it to, 200 calories, something like that. We'll get your macro split right. We'll go from there. Maybe even not even have to drop the calories. Maybe just changing the macronutrients just a little bit. You might be eating, a ton of sugar or something like that, and that is probably where you're probably going to be making some serious mistakes. Calculating your food and eating out. So basically, when you're eating out, you shouldn't be, oh, geez, I don't want to go out because I don't know what to eat because it's all so unhealthy or something like that. So basically, it is very commonly avoided by many people adhering to a strict diet. Flexible dieting facilitates socializing and lifestyle balance better than many other dieting methods through the ability to factor in your food choices without having to miss out on important social events. While there are many restaurants, eateries, and takeout options that provide nutritional information, but you might not know that for all of their food offerings. If you put it into your MyFitnessPal, you're probably going to find it. While there are many, if your selected eatery doesn't supply this information, you can still relatively stay on track with your diet. The general guideline is to try to deconstruct a meal and estimate its contents as best as possible to make it fit within your intake goals. For example, considering a typical burger, you can take a close to accurate account for this as follows. So you get a hamburger bun, you get your beef patty, so you sort of eyeball it, this is how many grams it is, whatever it might be. One slice of cheese, you generally have an idea, slice of lettuce, which is like 5 calories. A slice of tomato, 10 calories again. Relish, you might be looking at 60 calories, something like that, with a bit of fat, relish, mustard, things like that. So basically, here is an example of what it should look like. This is taken from my own diary. Wednesday the 1st of February. I've got here my meal 1, so I'm just going to take this and go. So basically, there's my 3,000 calorie goal for the day. That's what I ended up with for the day. So 28 calories. It doesn't have to be exact, but nice and close. Meal 1, Brazil nuts, eggs. That's what I have for breakfast. Meal 2, there's a bit of bread, kangaroo burger. So basically, this is it. This is deconstructed. I've had a kangaroo burger right here. Kangaroo burger, avocado, organic tomato paste, sour cream and chive flavoured rice cakes, barbecue sauce. I don't know if that's massive spelling error. That's not rice flakes, protein. So I think that was my post-workout meal. Come out of here, put a barbecue sauce, bit of chicken. So basically, barbecue sauce, it's only 24 calories. I have 24 calories there, 24 calories here. Whatever it is, Greek yogurt, toasted muesli clusters, things like that. Steamed green beans, 47 calories. Like, it's just small things, they all add up. Some of them are big. One slice of cheese is 72 calories. But then if I have another slice of cheese over here, or whatever it may be, like that's another thing. So it all adds up pretty quickly, as you can see. So basically, the next part will be a recording of my phone.